A two-day meeting of NATO defense ministers in Brussels has ended with big challenges still facing the alliance. Among them, the wars in Ukraine and Gaza and the requirement for member states to invest at least 2% of their economic output on defense. A notable absence, the US Secretary of Defense Lloyd for health reasons. NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg says despite the challenges, the outlook remains positive.
I'm confident that NATO will remain the strongest and most successful alliance in history, and I expect the United States to continue to be a staunch ally for at least three reasons. First, it is in the national security interest of the United States to have a strong NATO. Second, there is actually broad bipartisan support for NATO in the United States. And thirdly, the criticism in the United States is not primarily against NATO. It's against NATO allies not spending enough money on NATO.
Jens Stoltenberg speaking there. And I'm now joined by DW's Terry Schultz. Terry, you've listened into that whole press conference. What are your main takeaways?
Well, as you heard from that soundbite from Secretary General Stoltenberg, he came to this meeting fully prepared to have to counter the Trump statements that said anyone who isn't spending enough on defense might as well be attacked by Russia. So this was definitely hanging over the meeting here today and yesterday. And, you know, this was a meeting where everybody needs to be focused on what more they can do for Ukraine, what more they can do to deter Russia. And still, most of the questions were about the support of the United States should Donald Trump become the next president. So this was definitely a damper on the meeting. At the same time, we did still hear of more packages for Ukraine from several allies. And as you heard, and in the direction of Trump's main targets, how much more countries are spending on their own militaries. This is a pledge that comes due this year, a 10-year pledge made in 2014 that all of them are supposed to be spending 2% of their GDP. And we were told at this meeting that it is now up to 18. But of course, they are definitely waiting for the others to bring their militaries up to the capacity as well.
Terry, it's just a week before the second anniversary of the start of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Do you think Kyiv will be satisfied with the outcome of this meeting?
That's right, a very somber anniversary that will be. And I don't think Kyiv can afford to be satisfied with the outcome of this meeting. We just had an interview with the Estonian defense minister, and he was at the forefront of getting the European Union to pledge 1 million rounds of 155mm ammunition for Ukraine, a pledge that will fall far short. It was due to be delivered next month, and not even half of it will be there. So definitely Kyiv needs that ammunition. It needed it yesterday. At the same time, there were some initiatives announced that I believe will make Kyiv a bit reassured that NATO will stand by its side. For one, there's going to be a joint training center established in Poland where Ukrainians will come to be trained, and the allies as well will learn from Ukraine, the country that knows best how to fight Russia. We also heard that there will be 1 million drones sent to Ukraine, and various countries announced more contributions to what are being called capabilities. And that is something that was established under the Ukraine Defense Contact Group, and certainly will reassure Ukraine that allies will continue to send contributions. Still waiting, of course, on that $60 billion package coming out of Washington.
Terry Schultz there reporting from NATO headquarters in Brussels. Thank you very much, Terry.